Oh, this is a nice room.
Oh, you like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I built this.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going for, but I'll figure it out.
You were gonna make like a whole house. You have like an area cleared now. Hello everybody, it's Adventure 14 here. Back with another build video today. Jacob and I are building once again. In this episode and the next episode, we actually get a little bit of help from Reese. There's gonna be a ton of layout to do in this video because Jacob is the master of creating just weird layouts. Especially when he was younger because he had such a crackhead little brain, I swear. Now he's older, his brain is much bigger and it is still kinda cracked out, but not to the extent that it was. Like back in the day, I'm pretty sure Jacob actually orchestrated a cult that worshipped a man with a pig head, from my understanding. So yeah, he and I had kind of wild childhoods. But yes, I think Jacob built this base when he was about 14.
We're gonna have to see. The problem with me and towers is eventually I'm gonna end up like recreating something I've already done.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
feel
build
like
a
I'm
tower if you want, like I have like kind of an idea. So here's an old recording from our series that this build came from. Adventure 14 Plays MC Season 1. This series was being recorded while Jacob was 13, I think. And this was his base back then. Back then it used to be Adventure 14 Plays MC with friends. These days it's a solo project and I never finished out Season 2. Eventually we'll probably end up remodeling some of my single player worlds. But for now, for nostalgia's sake, I wanted to do some that Jacob will remember playing. Kind of a, hey, we're older now, let's relive our greatest hits. Live in the past for a few hours, you know? So a few minutes ago, from what you heard, Jacob and I agreed that I should build the towers, because if he builds them, he's going to build something he's already built before. And honestly, I just kind of wanted to do them since I'm the one that figured out how to fix this wall. Remember how messed up this wall was? I'm kind of stewing on it a bit, though, because in my mind, those towers are going to make or break the front end of the build. And I don't want to mess them up. Because other parts of the build are going to be styled after these towers, so I don't want to mess that part up and then have to redo a lot. But don't be afraid to make those decisions. Don't be paralyzed by fear and never finish your build. If you've got to rebuild, you've got to rebuild, whatever. You can apply what I just said to life, too. It's a little harder to rebuild in life, but sometimes you got to make those big decisions so that you can finish what you need to do and be happy. What do we do with this pit over here? What's going on over here?
I'm not entirely sure if I'm being honest.
Because you obviously
Last time
were doing something, and then...
Yeah, I mean... Like, I don't think I wanted it to be covered over, but it might be the better decision now. Just covering it over.
I feel like that
I'm not
like,
entirely...
really kills the look of the build.
I know, but it looks kind of weird with this thing here. The bridge, if it's like a natural stone bridge and there's the hole doesn't look right with that. I don't know what to do with it.
So I think that this inside needs to be, you know, like textured here or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that or something, like so it looks like it blends, but shoot. On Jacob's end, he's also having to make some big decisions. He's deciding where he's going to go with his house that's on top of the hill here. And he's deciding if the flow and the feel of the front yard is right. And you may wonder, what does flow and feel mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. It's your build. Like, make sure you look at it and you think, yeah, that seems good. For me, personally, feel tends to be more the warmth, coolness, or texture of the build. And flow tends to mean traffic, or the shape of it. Like, do I feel right walking through it? Like, when I build something, I really like it to be obvious where the flow of traffic is. When I was younger, I took a couple of classes on, like, interior design stuff, just because they were there and they were free. But that was like 12 years ago, which kind of makes me feel old.
We haven't even gotten to the meat of this place yet.
I feel like you guys are the kind of friends who can like sit there and just not talk to each other for 2 hours straight and both be online and then like have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do that.
I know, it feels like I'm talking to two 60-year-olds. Yeah. Wow. The duck sure walked fast today, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it did. We spent so long talking about the duck. Do you want to go looking at the pond? Yeah. Yeah.
If you do.
Oh, really? It's 10 o'clock? Wow, we woke up at 7 a.m.
You know what? I changed my mind. Reese didn't help with anything. I'd like to thank him for nothing this episode. I did help on the other hand. And right now I'm helping by getting the design for the towers. I definitely messed around with the design of these things quite a bit, but as far as the shape, I kind of went from my normal look for towers. And I'll see if I can explain to you kind of my psychology behind my towers, I guess. Or basically any round structure. So technically, using Minecraft blocks, you could make these towers round. Like you're working with Minecraft blocks, so not really perfectly round, but as round as a block game can be. But would it look good? Probably not. They'd probably look like crap. I've known a lot of builders that were totally obsessed with making the project perfectly round, and they were more obsessed with that than making it look good. Like, it's great if it can be perfectly round, but if it looks like trash, then who cares? And if you do have a project that would look good perfectly round, there are sites that can help you with that. But yeah, it ain't gonna work with these towers. Something else that ain't gonna work with these towers is a roof. I just couldn't make a roof work. Not for lack of trying, obviously. These towers are getting pretty close to done, though. It's actually kind of interesting for me as well to watch my design change over time. Like in a second, I'm gonna do a little bit of a palette change and start using some oak logs. Really brings the whole thing together. I remember around this time in the building process, Jacob and I kind of started to feel like it was like the old days. Like we were just having some flashbacks. And by the old days, I mean like 2018, 2019. And I guess we were just having a good time just building in this old terrain. It's like the old original Minecraft terrain. It's really pretty. And don't get me wrong, the new terrain is just beautiful, but it doesn't really carry the same magic for me as the old terrain did. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this way, but I found it really fun to find a floating island or like a weird terrain thing that I could build on. The ores weren't as hard to get a hold of. Everything had just the perfect level of jankiness to it. These days, if I make a new survival world, I will actually go into an older version of Minecraft, load a bunch of landscape, and then switch it to the modern version so I have all the new blocks, but I have that old terrain to build on. And this may just be the ramblings of like an old-timey Minecraft player that I've been playing for years and years, but that modern terrain just doesn't have the same magic to it. I like the expanded building heights, I like that there's so much more you can do, but that surface terrain is just a bummer and it is a pain to traverse. So I guess what I'm saying is I wish it was the old days. You know what I just realized is a problem?
What?
There's no way up to these towers.
A side staircase, like here maybe? Like that kind of goes up here and like into here?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, this guy's
that's
such a
the
pain.
bottom. Right there would be.
Bro, I'm not even on my ship, but he threw a fireball on my ship. Brother. Do you think a fishing pole works like a lightning rod? Because once I was at a beach and there was a thunderstorm, and they told me to get off the beach because I had a fishing rod and I have a higher chance of getting struck or something.
I don't know, I guess a fishing pole could probably be kind of like a lightning rod. Luca is another one of our resident crackheads on the Discord server. You can join through the description, there's a link there. Lots of interesting people to interact with on there, as I'm sure you can tell.
Does that help at all?
The towers?
Huh? The tower that I'm building.
Somewhat.
I mean, it looked a bit more like yours. If I built a wall off of it, that maybe that would make it come together. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now.
Next episode, we'll be finishing up the exterior on Jacob's base here, and we can start working on the interior. And the interior of this one is gonna be a pain. There's a redstone elevator and a lot of stuff to mess with. Thank you very much everyone for watching, and I will catch you next one. Thanks guys, goodbye. This base really is coming together though.